Maybe we've got Rich Bickle, 5-time Snowball Derby winner, joining us right now. Rich, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here. How you guys doing?
Hey, thanks for taking the time. And one of the most successful drivers of all time down at the Snowball. What's this race mean to pavement late model racers, Rich?
Well, I mean, back in the day, it was the biggest race there was, and it hasn't changed. And I haven't been here in 15 years. There's one situation we had to build a car and come down and at least try to run the 50th. And it's got so much history, and I got so much history with it. There was this one situation I just had to come back one more time.
You know, I've had a friend of mine that lives down in North Carolina tell me one time, and I put a lot of stock into what he says, and he told me one time that Rich Bickle was the greatest short track driver to ever live. And this guy's pretty high up in the NASCAR ranks. He's got great opinions. That puts you in pretty high company when you think about guys like Larry Phillips and Dick Trickle. When you hear somebody say you're the greatest short track driver of all time, how's that make you feel?
Well, that's a great compliment, but I raced against the greatest, and that was Dick Trickle, in my world.
Yeah.
The man won almost 1,200 races, and where I grew up, there was 40 guys of the 50 of the greatest short track races in the country lived where I was at in the area I grew up in. So to be able to come out and almost win 500 races after learning from them, it makes me pretty proud. And to be the king of the Derby, they crowned me this week. That's 700 some guys have run this race, and to be that, I'll take that as my banner.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Yeah,
but as far as the greatest ever, I'm pretty damn good, but Dick Trickle was the best.
All right, before we let you go, your greatest memory as a driver, is there one that stands out?
Yeah, in 2000, I had the Cup race, won at Loudon, New Hampshire.
I remember.
And my crew told me about 20 laps ago, if I didn't pit, I was fired. They wanted a different driver in the car. And the worst thing I ever did in my life, I pulled down pit road, 14 laps to go, and had the race won. And that's probably the most memorable thing in my life, besides winning a lot of races. It's the one that, it's a long story.
Right.
But that's why I don't care for NASCAR too much. There's way too much politics and backstabbing. This is real racing. Right, so everybody come out here this weekend and see a real race.
All right. That's great. That's a good note to end on. Hey, thanks.
And I got to throw this out there.
Yeah.
The $100,000 bonus here, it's crazy. I mean, I still have that car. It's the only asphalt short track car in the history of the world. It's won $1 million. That car won so many races. Incredible. Wow. And I'm actually rebodying that car back the way it used to be, and I'm going to put it in the musuem up home. So,
great.
$100,000 race is pretty good.
That's great news.
And I got to dump Bobby Gill after the race. That was even better.
Hey, so how much do you race now, Rich? I mean, you're not doing much racing? What are you doing with yourself?
Well, like I said, I was retired for a year and a half, and they drugged me out in the spring, and we went, we probably ran 25 races, through the summer. And we're really kind of gearing up for next year.
Okay. What'd you do for that year and a half? Was that hard on you not to be behind the wheel?
I actually took it was the second time I quit. Retired, whatever you call it.
Yeah.
And I went on a bunch of vacations, and I actually got bored with that.
Right.
So